Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all. Best movie title drop.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Hey, buddy, how you feeling?
You know what? I'm doing well. I'm tired. But good.
Are you tired still from setting up the new living room, which looks amazing?
No, thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for saying that. We've been reorganizing and putting stuff away. It feels like a different place, which I'm really enjoying. I'm tired because I keep waking up early. I'm waking up early and running again. Yeah. And also just work stress. So it all sort of, look, podcasters, they're just like you,
right.
Listeners.
We have stresses too.
We have jobs and stresses and it all adds up. But, we push through and we get to talk about meaningless stuff for you to listen to and enjoy.
Whoa. Did you just say meaningless stuff?
Yeah, I throw all of this off. I'm so good at deciding things that it's all like it rolls right out. Like I know, and you just give me a thing and I know right away. I could answer it right away, but we're doing a show here.
See, it weighs on me. So my job here is you would be running. This is you running at 5 o'clock in the morning, this show. I'm the safe that you're dragging behind your car. Like in that Fast and the Furious movie we talked about that one time. That's what I'm slowing you down, but it's for an action sequence.
Yeah, if they just got everywhere they were going right away, nobody would have made more than one.
And you know what? They made a bunch of them. And I believe it was that when yes, because there was a moment in that movie where there are a bunch of cars. There are 5 cars racing up behind Vin Diesel. And he turns around and he looks at him and he goes, wow, that's a fast 5. That's right.
So that people of the world...
The end. That's what this show is. That's the best one ever. We did it. We are here to talk about title drops. This one was popping off in the Discord. Lots of people talking about this and really fun memories of moments in movies where I went, oh yeah. And some that eluded me that I never even realized were title drops.
Right. Every movie where the title is the name of a person, it gets dropped too much. So I think we're looking for either the dumbest one where it feels shoehorned
some great
in.
Dumb ones.
Or there's a moment. We're making a moment out of it that the title has been said rather than like Superman. It's said a bunch. Fantastic Four, it said.
Are you talking about James Cromwell in whichever Star Trek movie it was, where he said, what are you, a bunch of astronauts on some sort of Star Trek?
If he had said first contact after that, yes.
Okay, I have a trivia question for you.
Zefram Cochrane, everybody.
Here's your trivia question. Because you mentioned proper names, that's a little too easy. Though there are some fun introductions of the proper names. But yeah, a lot of them are way too easy. Like Barbie. Barbie holds the record. It title drops at 267. Hal, what movie had 180 title drops, and the title of this movie is not a proper noun?
Is it a movie that was made in the last 20 years? Was it released in the last 20 years?
The remake was.
The remake. Oh, there was a remake made. Oh, it's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. In the short one, they just keep calling each other going, guess who?
180 times they ask, guess who's coming to dinner? No, this is a movie that actually the remake was a 2-parter.
The remake was
by one of America's most prolific, if not greatest, novelists.
Stephen King.
Yes.
It's a Stephen King remake, but it's not.
Its title was said in the movie 180 times.
Oh, was it like, we've been in prison for so long, I think we could all use a Shawshank Redemption. And then they're like, did he say Shawshank Redemption? I think he said Shawshank Redemption. What are you guys talking about? Shawshank Redemptions? Yeah, we're talking about Shawshank Redemption.
One at a time.
That's the middle
Shawshank
45
Redemption.
minutes.
I'm Shawshank Redemption.
I can't think of what it would be.
It. You said it. You were correct. What it
the word
would be.
It is in there.
That's right, Hal. those title drops. I know, because the reason I did this while we're on digital cameras looking at each other is because you would have hit me. Yeah.
I still might find a way. Hold on. I'm texting your girlfriend right now.
Oh, no, don't hit me.
Your partner's about to smack. You're just going to see a hand come in and stiff arm you across your face. Your partner is my partner in crime for the night.
I knew it. Like Breathless Mahoney and Dick Tracy. All right. We each have 5 that we think are, we're going to go over 5 each, I think, because there's so many I want to mention.
I have 5. Here's this is the challenge. Can you, because you said 5 each, you tried to like create fat in here. I challenge you to keep it to 5, but I'm going to keep it to 5. We've mentioned some.
I have 3 in case some of my 5 become your 5. Yeah.
That's fair.
Do you want to go first, or would you like for me to go first?
Sure. I'll start with, you would think I would start with my favorite movie of all time.
I did not. I didn't put that on my list. Because I love you, I did not put that on my list.
I appreciate I would have been fine if you had. I wouldn't have felt like you took it from me. I would have felt
look, we're doing this together.
Very clearly. Yeah, we're not opposing. We don't ever have to oppose. Sometimes we disagree, but we're trying to find this together. I'm going to start with Chinatown, which I think is a really great, because that it was a revival of, or a tribute to the noir films of the 30s and 40s. Just that line, forget it, Jake, it's Chinatown, is such a great delivery. And they could have called that movie a bunch of things, but it feels like one of those things where that becomes the name. Yeah. It almost feels like the line inspired the name. I'm sure that's not true. It might be,
though. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get into Roman Polanski's head and find out anything.
Nope.
But
we're good.
I think one thing that makes that line great as a title, and I'm going to come across this in a couple of mine, is that the line itself is a representation of something. And at the end of the movie, it's the bad guys win. Spoiler, the end of Chinatown, it's a bunch of corrupt politicians and they get away with it. And the notion being, this is how politics works in this area of Los Angeles. It's Chinatown, it's might makes right.
Yeah.
It's, you are not going to win. It's the futility of trying to fight the system in one word. And it's so glibly delivered. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. You know, I mean, it's
Chinatown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Problematic artist aside, that is a great film and a classic choice.
Great Jack Nicholson performance. Yeah. My goodness. And Faye
Dunaway. All right. Do we have anything else we want to say about
No, I think you summarized it really nicely.
Thanks. I think that's one part of it, is the meaning that it has in it. I think we can also figure out what criteria we're going to look at for these as well. Because the meaning of the line and like how it ties into the themes is one. Placement, last word of the movie. Great placement, super fun, not delivered by the main character, just flippantly tossed off.
Yeah. That's like one side of it, is what it has a lot of meaning. The other side of it for me is it so dumb that when it happens, you do like a looking around the theater or around the room at anybody else watching it to see if you all just had the same experience of how shoehorned it felt. And those are the ones where for sure that was the name of the movie going in.
I think then you know what? You're leading us directly to my first one that I'm going to throw down with, and that is Hot Tub Time Machine. Hot Tub Time Machine knows what it is doing. It knows that it is a movie called Hot Tub Time Machine. And if you haven't seen Hot Tub Time Machine, there's a moment in the movie when they figure out what's going on and Craig Robinson says, it must be some sort of, and then looks directly in the camera and says, Hot Tub Time Machine. It's perfect. It's an absolutely perfect cinematic moment. It knows exactly what it's doing. It is a love letter to the movies and to one delightful, often dumb, always appreciated movie trope, except maybe in Suicide Squad. That was a little clunky and awkward.
Right. Look, there's one side of it that is, they feel like they shoehorned it in. This feels like they're turning it into a joke. Like, we know some of you are going to see this on the name of the movie alone. And if we didn't say it, somehow we would be doing a disservice
100%
to everything that we stand for here.
It's like you wanted to hear them say when they made the movie Snakes on a Plane, you wanted to hear Samuel L. Jackson title drop that movie in the most Samuel L. Jackson way possible. Would you consider that a title drop, or is that just a whole concept drop?
It's a concept drop. Too many F words splitting it up. Now, if they had called it Mother Effing Snakes on a Mother Effing Plane, then I would say yes. But that's too
Yeah, it's a little tangential. By the way, the television version of that, I know we've mentioned on here before, monkey fighting snakes on this.
That's right.
So first of all, great image already. And then the next part on this Monday to Friday plane, we get the schedule.
I'm glad those pilots get the weekends off.
You know, because their plane has snakes on it, for Pete's sake. You don't want to do that on the weekends.
My next one, I am going to give you one that I think was shoehorned in or meant to be a bigger moment that for me didn't land the way it was meant to. And for some has, because these films, as time goes by, more champions of them crawl out of the woodwork because there were so many detractors to begin with. I'm still not a fan of the movie. And that is Star Wars Episode 2, when Yoda says, "Begun. These Clone Wars have." I guess it's not really, because he doesn't say it's the attack of the clones. I kind of wish he had.
So what is he? Is that a title?
Like that's what they wanted to call it. They called that the animate. No, it's the animated series title.
You can't use it. No.
Oh, look, I did it to myself. Yeah. You know what? All right, I'll burn. I'll burn my favorite movie. I just wanted to bring that
another
up.
One. Pick another.
I'm going to burn it. Right. I'm going to burn it here. I'm going to pick another one. I'm going to burn my favorite and say it's the very end of Back to the Future when Doc Brown shows up. We got to go back to the future. That's just such a great drop. You wait the entire movie for it. So he doesn't do it at the end. It is not the last line of the movie. The last line of the movie is roads where we're going. We don't need roads. And then they take off and go. But it feels earned. And it could have if that were not a good movie, it would still work because it would work in opposite where it's the worst. Like, this is ridiculous. He just said Back to the Future at the end of this sucky movie called Back to the Future. Just so happens it is a masterpiece in every way, shape, and form. So it delivers really well. The Alan Silvestri score beneath it is really important. It's a huge moment because you think you're done. Marty has everything he could have ever wanted. And then back comes Doc with Mr. Fusion and in a panic. And he does it again in Back to the Future too. He does it. We've got to send you. Oh no, he says Back to the Past, I think, at the end of Back to the Future too.
I just remember Marty in Back to the Future 2 says, "Yeah, Doc, but I'm back. I'm back from the future."
Oh, he does say, "I just sent you Back to the Future." And he says, I'm back.
I mean,
yes, you're right. So it gets
really
dropped twice. That original one is the one I'm picking though.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that it was self-aware? Or do you think that, because I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, that title could have come from the story. You know what I mean? Like, it's a perfect, silly, evocative, interesting phrase. And the whole plot of the movie is that.
I think that they probably had that title beforehand. I don't remember, but it feels like they had that and they're like, all right, we can use it here. Because that is the entire concept, is he's trying to get back to the future because he's trapped.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, that's what I'll go with.
You're going with Back to the Future? I'm looking at my list now. Okay, my next one, I think this is another, okay. This is tough for me because I have two that end with either a monologue or poetry, and it's the last line, or it is a line within that piece. But I'm going to go, while we are sticking with lines near the end, and we had some final lines before, I'm going to give you another final line. And that is at the end of Commissioner Gordon's speech about Bruce Wayne has just taken the rap for Harvey Dent because Harvey Dent is Gotham's White Knight. And we are introduced to this whole new Christopher Nolan world of Batman via Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, saying that he is not the White Knight. He's what we need. He's the only person who can do this. What's the line? We will hunt him because he can take it.
Yeah.
He is the Dark Knight. So ending that with the Dark Knight makes the entire movie feel like a cold open.
It does. This could be a controversial take. Do you think that movie gets longer every time you watch it? I hate to say that. I will sometimes fast forward to specific scenes watching it pretty much anytime Heath Ledger's on screen, and everybody in it is doing a great job. All of the Aaron Eckhart Two-Face stuff I enjoy a great deal, but it does feel like that movie gets longer and longer and longer. And by the time you get to the end, the Dark Knight thing, I think it's a good choice. I don't want to eliminate anything
we'll
early.
Just get all
we'll come
of them,
to that later.
We'll get all of them out there. I think though let me ask you this, that begs a question do you think that's because of the superhero times we are in? You know what I mean? Like there are different eras, it feels like, of superhero movies and the way we see superhero stuff. You've got campy eras and they mix and match and they go in and out. You've got campy eras. You've got super sleek, stylish eras. You've got dark and gritty eras, and you have hyper realistic eras. Frequently, those last two overlap. Do you think because we are in a more sleek and polished superhero era now, a movie from the dark and gritty superhero era feels a little longer?
No, I think it's a function of Christopher Nolan makes very long movies.
And movies in general have gotten shorter.
Yeah. If you like the movies that he makes, then it doesn't feel as long. Sometimes repeat viewings of them make them a little longer. I don't think they're insufferably long. I do think that movie is one where the more you watch it, the more stretched out time becomes, and not in the best way. I still like it a lot, but I think superhero movies now could be anything.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of them, is comic books aren't monolithic. There's so many different kinds of comics. Now there are different kinds of movies and television shows based on it. Watch the Werewolf by Night TV special.
I'm remembering
that is brilliant with our friend Kirk Thatcher in it. Like that is a straight up James
it's
Whale,
a gothic, it's a universal horror. But that's what, remember when Mark Bernardin was on the show and he was talking about how Marvel movies are like, every one is a different genre. Yeah. Also, by the way, I remembered that this is The Dark Knight. This is the second movie, not the first. For anyone who is going,
correct.
No, Batman Begins started the whole thing, and still yelling.
And nobody says it.
Nobody says it. He
never says, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Begins.
This is where Batman begins.
Have you heard about the Shawshank Redemption? The Shawshank Redemption. Hey, I heard about the Shawshank Redemption. Is he talking about the Shawshank Redemption?
I'm the Shawshank Redemption. What are we, some sort of Dead Poets Society?
I'm going to steal one from you because I know you have to have this on your list. And that way it'll allow you to go to one of your alternates.
This is exciting.
Which is Nicolas Cage in Face Off.
Because it was on my list. Yeah.
Of course it was. It was on mine too. That I want to take his face off. He says it like what feels like 800 times. This is like I think we were sort of already here. He was pretty close, pretty soon after he won his Oscar. And he's a very talented actor. He's just weird. And his movie choices have become more and more weird. And the choices that he's making, which he's been making, like, if you think the stuff he's doing now is new, go watch Peggy Sue Got Married and then watch Moonstruck. He's brilliant. I like him in both. I love him in Moonstruck. And that is, he steps up to the plate trying to hit a home run. Like he swings hard every time he swings the bat. And this movie is him and John Travolta and John Woo, like this ridiculous combination of people, a weird premise, and he's just on the playground. And so him doing I want to take his face off. It's so bizarre.
It's wonderful.
That's the thing I remember above anything else in that movie.
It's kind of the perfect one because a title drop, when expertly executed, is a beautiful thing. And it can be very poignant. Yeah. But also, I would argue maybe at its best, a title drop is an indulgence, is a cinematic indulgence. John Woo movies are a cinematic indulgence. Nicolas Cage performances are a cinematic indulgence. So that is a triple threat. That is a Thanksgiving dinner of indulgence, is John Woo asking Nicolas Cage to do a title drop. Like, of course it's going to be epic. Oh,
yep.
Yeah. I love that one. I'm so glad you had that on your list.
Oh, for sure.
Even if he's not in a movie, Nicolas Cage should pop in and give the title drop. I say, where has Scarlett gone? She's gone with the wind. Disappears.
You know what? I want to take a couple minutes off. So let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have our remaining 4 finalists. And then we will figure out once and for all the best movie title drop.
I'm Emily Fleming.
I'm Jordan Morris.
And I'm Matt Lieb.
We are real comedy writers.
Real friends.
And real cheapskates.
On every episode of our podcast, Free with Ads, we ask, why pay for expensive streaming services when you can get free movies from apps with weird names?
Each week, we review the freest movies the internet has to offer. Classics like Pride and Prejudice.
Cult classics like Point Break.
And holy What did I just watch? Classics like Teen Witch.
Tune in every week as we take a deep dive into the internet's bargain bin.
Every Tuesday on MaximumFun.org or your favorite pod place.
The Flophouse is a podcast where we watch a bad movie and then we talk about it.
Robert Shaw in Jaws, and they're trying to figure out how to get rid of the ghoulies, and he scratches his nails and goes, I'll get you, ghoulie.
He's just standing above the toilet with a harpoon. No, I was just looking forward to you going through the other ways in which Wild Wild West is historically inaccurate.
You know how much movies cost nowadays when you add in your popcorn and your bagel bites and your cheese fritters?
You can't go wrong with a Henry Cavill mustache. Here at Henry Cavill Mustaches, the only supplier.
The Flophouse. New episodes every Saturday. Find it at MaximumFun.org.
Okay, we're coming back, and for those of you who are screaming at me, it is my favorite movie. Doc Brown does say next Saturday we're going to send you Back to the Future, or on Saturday we're going to send you Back to the Future in the middle of the movie. So it gets dropped twice, both times by different versions of Doc Brown. 1955 Doc Brown doing it originally, then 1985 Doc Brown coming back from 2015 the second time. I'm referring to the second time because I think it's such a great drop. You do have to wait until halfway through the movie for someone to say it. They're not constantly saying it, which they could. So that's good restraint by Bob Gale on the screenwriting side. All right. Is it time for my next one?
No, it's time for my next one. You had Face Off. Well, that was, you took one for the team on that one because you knew that one was going to be both of us.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go once again with thematic, one that is thematic to the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And I'm going way back to Harper Lee's classic, when Scout Finch turns to her father, Atticus Finch, and asks, why do they say it is a sin to kill a mockingbird? Again, I don't know. Does that count as a movie title drop because it is a literary, because it comes from a book?
I had the exact same thought because you sent me a bunch of these, and this is one of the ones I sent back to you. So I have it in there, but I think it's,
I can go.
I mean, it is
I
in
can
the
go
book.
elsewhere. I think it's, I'm going to do another
one.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have? What's the next one on your list?
The next one on my list then is, it somehow functions as both a poignant, here is the whole theme of this movie, in the idea that the sentence conveys. Without this, this title would still work because this title is also just the plot of the movie.
Okay.
So it is both the plot of the movie succinctly put, but it doesn't feel shoehorned because it does have a greater meaning. And the line is, someday we may look back on this and decide that Saving Private Ryan was the one decent thing we were able to pull out of this whole god-awful shitty mess.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does that have the poignancy of a title drop where you go, oh, now the title of the movie really hits home a little deeper, but it also has the, we know what you're doing, kind of hilarity of just a regular shoehorned title drop.
It is a really good thesis for the whole movie. It's a really good one.
Yeah. I really like that one a lot.
Gosh, that movie. I still remember the experience of seeing that in the theater for the first time, especially the entire invasion of Normandy. Oh my goodness.
That was an intense experience.
Yeah. I'm going to bring us back to the lighter side for mine. I'm going back to the Jack Nicholson well. I want you to imagine his OCD riddled character walking into a crowded waiting room where people are talking, stopping and turning and just saying, what if this is as good as it gets? And then you hear someone go, oh. You do hear someone, I think that sounds like ADR. They took ADR of somebody going, oh, because they realize nobody ever wants this to be as good as it gets. Even if it's great, you always want to think it can get better, but it summarizes that movie so well. It's a really good, I love that movie. I still love it. It came out in that weird year where it was a Best Picture nominee. It won Best Actress and Best Actor, but did not win Best Picture. And that was because of the movie that should not have won Best Picture, but did. That is what I consider one of the great, smudge marks on the history of the Academy Awards, is the 1997 films into the 1998
What else was in the mix?
You had As Good as It Gets. You had Good Will Hunting. You had The Full Monty. You had L.A. Confidential and Titanic.
Did Titanic win?
Titanic won, I think, 13 or 11 awards, something like that. And the movie that did not get nominated for Best Picture that probably should have instead was Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
And I think LA Confidential was the best movie that year. But that was like not the start of the biggest movie getting it, because Star Wars would have won Best Picture. Like, how do you not give Star Wars Best Picture?
What won the year of Star Wars?
But you give it to Titanic.
Annie Hall. Annie Hall's a great movie. I mean, it's good. I get it. Like, but the Titanic was a juggernaut that could not be stopped by anything but an iceberg. That movie was epic. And it was just, I loved it. I thought it was great. I feel bad I just saw this thing about Maury Yeston. Maury Yeston, composer for musical theater, finally got his first big original hit of his own. And then I think it was 13 days later, the movie version of Titanic opened. So then everybody that went to see his musical that won Best Musical was like, where are Jack and Rose? I just watched this thing about it yesterday. Like, oh, brutal.
Tough break.
As good as it gets, do you think that, I mean, I guess, that one feels definitely like that was lifted from the script and made the title.
I think so too. I think that felt like one where they had a bunch of different ideas. I mean, have you seen As Good as It Gets?
I've never
have you not seen it? Oh, you should.
It always felt
Watch
too
it after this.
grown up for me in 97, but then it hasn't come up again.
It's filled with great performances.
I mean, it's all great actors.
Helen Hunt, just tour de force performance.
All right.
So good. Greg Kinnear is great. Anyway, you'll watch it. You'll watch it later.
I will. I will watch it later. I will report back. But in the meantime, oh man, there's some, I'm looking at this list. There's some that as I scroll back to the ones that I checked as my 5, I keep second guessing myself. But I'm going to go with, let's see. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go with, it's a little pretentious, but I like it. And it's poetry. And that is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think that is an expert drop. It's from, I believe, an Alexander Payne poem. Yes, the full line is, how happy is the blameless Vestal's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot. Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, each prayer accepted and each wish resigned. And the line's delivered by Clementine, the character played by Kate Winslet, who Jim Carrey's character is trying to forget. Yeah. So it is tragic. It's beautiful. I loved that movie. Yeah, I remember when I saw it, it was like Eternal Sunshine of the Spot. This sounds like a made up art house movie from an episode of The Simpsons. But then, you hear the whole line and you're like, yeah, this is a really heartbreaking movie. All of mine are like heavy. Let's go back to Clone Wars being on the list.
Yeah. If only he had said begun the attack of the clones has. They don't say any of them at any point. They don't say New Hope. They don't say Empire Strikes Back. They don't say Return of the Jedi.
Does he ever say Revenge of the... I feel like he says Revenge of the Sith.
Return of the Jedi. No, he never says Revenge of the Sith.
They don't say any of it. That seems like something George Lucas would put in all of them. We haven't talked about, sidebar, we haven't talked about the Bond movies, always dropping them in there. Oh, man.
Do they say the Quantum of Solace?
Yes, I think he's on the phone with M, and he's like, I'm here getting a Quantum of Solace. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, Die Another Day. And some of them come out as like cool things an action hero says before they kick someone off a building. Like tomorrow never dies. The world is not enough. All of these are in there. And that's a fun Easter egg. Is it an Easter egg? Is a title drop an Easter egg hiding in plain sight? It's like the Easter egg hunt for the toddlers.
No, it's a dinosaur
egg.
They
just put the pink eggs in a field and they're like, go hunt for these.
Look, the eggs were hiding in your basket. Oh, wow. You found them. Great job. All right.
Don't take them out and throw them. Okay. So you have fewer than when you started.
Now that child's crying.
Okay.
Sorry.
Like, get the giant bunny over here. Oh, now that child's really, now all the children are crying.
Sorry. I take my child to baby bicep classes. So she's got a real arm on her. All right, I was going to counter you with another poem / letter signed at the end.
I know exactly where you were going with that. You can say what it was.
Yeah, I was going to go with The Breakfast Club, but I'm not going to. I do feel like the joke that you've made running through this episode might actually be, it's at least a top 2.
Which one is that?
Which is, I am Spartacus. Because of what it means in that moment, because of this group of men standing up for him to protect him from the Romans, it's become I mean, it's a great joke to have everybody go, I am Spartacus, I am Spartacus. Again, it shows up in Dead Poets Society in that, oh, Captain, my Captain. Like they're all sort of standing up. So it's come to mean that. And I think it's used in a jokey way in a lot of movies, but it's really impactful in Spartacus when everybody says, I am Spartacus. And it does feel like a cheat to have a name.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Be even a finalist, but it's the moment of it that makes it's so important. If you don't have that scene, you really don't have the movie. It kind of falls apart at the end. Much like Spartacus.
Yeah, it's the climax. It symbolizes, and it's not just the name of the character that gets said. It's said in a way that symbolizes something, that means something, that's about protecting him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really fun. And now I like to think that the movie is called Spartacus. I'm picturing myself sitting on the couch watching Spartacus on DVD. And the first person stands up and says, I'm Spartacus. The second, I'm Spartacus. And then they all do it. And then I look down at the DVD box on the table and I'm like, oh, this whole movie is Spartacus. What do you know? The movie itself has inceptioned itself and is now a Spartacus. Inception has to be like it. Did they say it a bunch in the movie? It's an Inception.
He says, listen, there's something you should know about me, about Inception. So that's probably the biggest name drop in it.
Yeah, Spartacus is a great one. That's really fun. All right, where am I going last?
I think that was it.
Because you started, remember?
Did I? I don't remember.
You started.
That sounds good. Oh, I did,
okay,
I guess.
I'm going to give you, since you gave a name drop, you gave a drop of a who. I don't care. I'm giving a drop of a where.
Okay.
And it's, yes, it is a title drop, but it might be the most title drop ever. In that it is Sir Richard Attenborough as Steven Spielberg's camera zooms in on him and he walks toward a grand opening as John Williams' music swells and says, welcome to Jurassic Park. Da, da, da. And the music, and you see Jurassic Park in all its glory.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of this one, is it's not incredibly poignant, but it's also not funny and ironic. It's not shoehorned in. It's just cheesy, but in a way that no one would ever call it cheesy, because it is perfectly what that moment needed, which is a grand ta-da. And I think Welcome to Jurassic Park is a grand ta-da. So
I agree with you. Do you think rather than quibble over eliminating these, we could just say it's between Jurassic Park and Spartacus?
You think it's between Jurassic Park and Spartacus? I was going to ask, I was going to say, why don't I take one of yours as champion, you take one of mine as champion, and we'll see.
Okay, I'll take Welcome to Jurassic Park.
And I'll take,
because I think
wasn't going to take Spartacus.
You can take any of yours. You don't have to.
Then I got to go with your favorite movie of all time. As much fun as Face Off is, and as poignant as many of the others are, we're going to send you back to the future. He's literally pointing at the camera, looking down the barrel and saying the title of the movie.
Yeah. And then calls it back at the end.
It's an interesting phrase. It's an oxymoronic phrase that led to a franchise of movies and one of the best lines ever spoken on film.
I mean, can't argue with that.
I mean, you've got my movie favorite. As your champion. Argue.
I mean, I can't argue with all the nice things he said about Back to the Future. I don't agree that it's the best of these two. I think Welcome to Jurassic Park is such an epic moment in that film. It is the thing that people probably quote the most or think about the most outside of Hold On to Your Butts. The swell of music, I think it's risen above the movie in a way. Like, it's got its own life. And that is, to me, a much bigger thing. Similar to I Am Spartacus. They both exist in this space where they have not outgrown, but grown in parallel to their source material.
And if you know somebody, if you know any wise ass who's going to say, welcome to fill in the blank of location here, somebody in that group that they've just said that to is going to go, da, 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 da.
You'll at least have it playing in your head.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. I mean, honestly, it does not, I don't think it wins without John Williams.
No, but it's the whole moment. Back to the Future, too. Does it work without Christopher Lloyd delivery? I mean, you have Sir Richard Attenborough, but there's music and there's everything that leads up to it makes it meaningful. So it feels earned in both cases.
I also love that it's an Attenborough saying it, because the other Attenborough is always talking about real places. Welcome to the jungles of Bolivia. This is the other Attenborough going, welcome to Jurassic Park. It shows the difference between two brothers. One serious nonfiction brother and one, I mean, he played Santa Claus, for God's sake. One decidedly larger than life movie brother.
Yeah. David Attenborough's over there like, welcome to the Serengeti. Shh. The leopards are out, dancing about as they look for their prey. Da, 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 da. Oh, shh, 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 shh. You'll scare them off. Shh, shh. No music, please. Oh, sorry. Shh, shh, shh. They hear that. I do. Shh, shh, shh. I can tell you're doing it in your head now. Please stop. And they're gone. Damn it!
They've come to Jurassic Park.
That's as loud as I get.
Da, da,
da. People of the world, the best. And there are a ton of these. We can't mention every single one of them because there are so many. And I know you're going to talk about your favorites all over social media, and I love it. And I wish you would. But the number one of all time is now occupied by a line welcoming the characters and the audience to Jurassic Park. Delivered by Sir Richard Attenborough in 1993. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Score by John Williams. I forget who the cinematographer was. Was it Janusz?
Is it Janusz
Kaminski?
Who's Roger Deakins? Is that
maybe he used Roger Deakins for that? Who knows? I think he's used.
I don't know. I feel like Roger Deakins was somebody like always had him. Like it was one famous drink. Anyway,
director of photography Sherman Hemsley.
Ooh, he's moving on up.
Moved on up from the east side to the camera department to head it up. It's welcome to Jurassic Park. See, now I got to say it too. Asked and answered.
Dean Cundy.
Thank you, Ken.
And thank you to Steve for suggesting this topic. There are many more topics to discuss. This one is closed, but please reach out to us. We got this podcast at gmail.com, or
you can find us on the social media at We Got This Podcast, with the exception of Instagram, where we are at We Got This Show. And you can join us in the Facebook group, of course, but the real place where it's all happening. And I do see members dribbling in, but there are more of you who could be joining us over on Discord, bit.ly/WGT Discord. Have fun. We're creating a world just for you that meta can't change on a whim. And that is why we moved it. Thank you to producer Ken Bloom, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, for giving us a chance to think about movies that we love, quote movies that we love, as many a podcast does, but not this one. Until we do it for you, because we wouldn't do this without you. We couldn't do this without you. Thanks for giving us a chance every week to sit down and goof around with each other and have some fun. We hope you're having some fun too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows
supported directly
by you.